So we hope you guys enjoy this clip preview of our interview with Karl and Sarah Pasche and their little baby Eden Grace. They're amazing friends of ours who are living in Minnesota, from Minnesota, but just working out the day-to-day realities of being a family that's on mission for Jesus, where they live in Minnesota and also where they're about to live in Thailand as gospel workers. And so we hope you enjoy. Clip.
People that are typically on our Patreon, guys, just love the family, and I love that your baby's in the background making noise. Like it's so we're a bunch of moms and dads and kiddos, and from infant to like grandmas and grandpas that are on here, and because we just believe that the family, like the dinner table and the family and the home, is the core central gospel ministry that we have, right?
Yeah.
And so let's talk about that a little bit in your family. Is that okay? We put you in the fishbowl and kind of inspect your life.
Yes. We're pretty honest and open, so you can find all the questions.
Okay. All right. And none of us are experts, right? We're all practitioners.
Yes.
So yeah. So just describe a little bit maybe how you guys met, and then how you guys do this, like abiding in Jesus, life in Jesus together as a couple. Maybe start like how you guys met and kind of what maybe attracted to one another, and then how Jesus is continuing to just work in your marriage and abiding with him in your marriage.
That's good.
So I put you on the spot, Karl, first?
Yeah, go for it. You want to say how we met? Yeah, go for it.
So I'll tell you how we met. So I actually have a really good friend that I grew up with who worked with Sarah.
Yep.
And went to college with me, grew up with me and stuff. So this friend started telling me, Karl, there's this girl you got to meet. Her name is Sarah. She's the best. She's, and so this friend was like hyping Sarah up. So at the time I was 30, Sarah was 22. And so it was one of those things where I was just kind of at a place in life where I was like, I don't really want to be set up. So I kind of was pretty resistant to it. And then this friend just started like inviting us to stuff. And then finally, after a while, she was like, Karl, you just got to take her out at least once. Yeah. And so I was like, okay, Yeah. So basically it was one of those.
Roll the dice, man.
Yeah, exactly. So it was, and I actually kind of had some plans where I was planning on moving actually to go work with some other friends that are working in Dearborn, Michigan, with first and second and third generation Arabic Muslims. And so I was like planning on doing that. And then, so I just wasn't thinking about it. So then I took Sarah on one date, and after the first date, I was like, I think this is the girl. So I was hooked after the first date.
I was not as hooked after the first date. Like I was and I think that what really did attract me to Karl was he was very honest with where he was at spiritually. He was very honest with what God had kind of brought him through in his past, and like almost like jarringly honest, where I was like, I know this guy is telling the truth, because
if there's one thing I know about Karl, is his brutal honesty.
Yes.
Like, he has that metal core edge to him wherever he goes.
He does. And brutal honesty is like the exact way I would put it, because it really is like, okay, you're just going to go there. And I really liked that. And that really attracted me to him, because I was like, I know he has a genuine relationship with Jesus. I know that he actually cares about walking with the Lord on a day-to-day basis, and that he's just really honest. But I was not quite as sure after the first date. But eventually I came around, and that's kind of how we met. So
after the first date, you're kind of teeter-tottering a little bit.
Yes. Yep. I was like, I don't know. I mean, we did have a big age difference. And he also, from the get-go, Karl was like, I really feel like God is calling me to the missions field. And he was really clear about that. And that's a big commitment. And I love to travel, and I love overseas work, but that was something that I really had to kind of break through on my own as well.
Yeah. So then you guys, as you're dating and now as you're married, 3 years, right?
Yep.
And the baby is 6 months?
3 months. Yep.
And her name one more time?
Eden Grace.
Eden Grace. So Eden Grace, you have Eden now, and you're been married for a few years. How is that abiding? How do you guys work that out in your daily rhythms? Because we live in the States, and you might be living in Thailand, but back and forth. I mean, kind of some of these same principles apply, right? How do you guys work that out in your kind of daily, weekly rhythm, spending time with each other, with the Lord, and keeping that tight relationship with Jesus?
So
That's good.
so that's actually a really, like, honestly, it's like the best question, and it's honestly, that is actually the question that we're really wrestling with right now, like, as a couple. Because, so just to give you a little bit of background, I mean, we went to Thailand, and I think we both had like, so I had a group of guys that I really did like tried to do life with, and we did accountability together, and we always like prayed together and stuff like that. So I kind of like had this group of guys, and then Sarah had some girls that she was kind of doing that with. And so I feel like in the first several years of our marriage, it was almost like we kind of both had those sort of like abiding outlets kind of going other ways.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we got to Thailand, and when we were basically removed from our community, removed from our
Home
church, removed from all of the sort of like comfortable relationships that were like kind of, that were really truly life-giving and really truly like building us up towards Christ and really truly like pouring into us. So when we were removed from that, like, I feel like, I was kind of telling somebody the other day, I feel like when maybe 6 or 7 months into living in Thailand, I felt like I was a canoe being dragged across a shallow river, you know, just hitting every rock. You know, it's just like everything is just grinding, and it was just difficult. I feel like we really kind of, you know, and it really did start to like grate on us. And I mean, probably even within the last like 3 months, we've really realized, like, man, we need to learn how to turn in towards each other, and really how to like how do we do spiritual life together? So these are actually the questions that we're asking right now.
Yeah.
How would you?
Hope you liked the clip from our friends, Sarah and Karl. And below on the link, on this YouTube link here below, you can get the full interview on our Patreon. And every dollar that on our Patreon is given towards those resources goes right back into the kingdom. And we're going to be church planting and ministering the gospel to places that need Jesus the most, least reached places, countries, and here in the States. So other cultures as well. So thanks for supporting our Patreon, and I hope you have an awesome day.